Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing well. Let us tap right in and see what storyline Spirit would like to share with you this afternoon. Thanks for being here. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. What storyline would you like to share with the collective? Spirit, please, and thank you. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. What storyline would you like to share with the collective? Please and thank you. All right, in the central energy, we've got judgment. In the challenge position, we have the Queen of Pentacles here, supportive mother, and then we have the inheritance here. Generosity could be a mother figure is sharing the wealth. In the subconscious, we've got the Emperor. In the recent past, you've got the Ten of Cups. Divine love. Dreams come true. Intentions and expectations. Hi, baby. We've got the Page of Swords. So there's negotiations and contracts. It could be a thirst for knowledge. This could be, wow. The energy needed for a certain project or task is ready and waiting for you. Tap in. Huh. A great time to write a blog, a book, or start a podcast. Share your ideas or feelings with colleagues. So it looks like there's a harmonious, blissful relationship, as well as perhaps some unity here. Brainstorming in the near future. The Magician. So manifestation, willpower. The lens is being looked through. Is the Ten of Wands here. Could be a completion of your heavy burden. You're almost there. In the environment, the Knight of Pentacles. Hard work, routine, achievement, a good investment. Hey, what are you doing there, buddy? Come on. You all right? Hopes and fears. We've got, Seven of Swords, betrayal, trickery. So there could be somebody wanting to get in on the routine so that they can be tricky because they're in a Ten of Wands. We'll have to wait and see. What's the outcome? The outcome is Page of Wands, freedom. Embarking on something new. So we'll have to get some clarification here. We got the Lovers. Strength of two together. The Strength of two together brings, a nightmare and a divorce. So the Strength of two together brings a nightmare and a cutting off. And the truth is out and the wheel has turned. Overcoming challenges and moving on. And that's justice. So it's like the power, the strength of two together here regarding this new endeavor. And that could have something to do with the truth here, right? So again, you got the strength of two. Is putting somebody in a nightmare. They're getting cut off because you found the truth out. So here in the intentions and expectation is thirst for knowledge. It could be spying. You're researching. You might find some information regarding some contracts or whatever it is. And that's the truth here, which closes out the cycle. Overcoming challenges, moving on, and justice is served. So that's a good outcome. You do have somebody wanting to be tricky here in the it looks like somebody's wanting to be tricky. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. Collective energy, please, Spirit. This Judgment card, let's see, what is it? Judgment and congratulations. So there could be a rebirth, a forgiveness, a redemption, a congratulations. Somebody's challenged. There is a challenge. There's a supportive parent or a mother figure or a guardian regarding the inheritance, giving and receiving. Ooh, we've got addictions here. There's an addiction. The Emperor is in the subconscious. And the Limelight. Recent past, you've got the Ten of Cups here. So there's family contentment, a dream come true, divine love. Intentions and expectations. There's, ooh, come on now. Yeah. Home. Home. Intentions, expectations. You could be doing some research. There could be some negotiations happening, new contracts. But it looks like information and messages. So it could be research. There's bodies. So there may be some research going on. Of the bodies. It could be like who's in the body, what's in the body. Is it a light being? Is it what is it? I really think there's some research going on with that. We got the Magician here in the near future. Manifesting something, creating something. We've got privilege. Skill. We've got a Ten of Wands here. That's the lens that's being looked through. And Spiritual Throne. So it's the completion of your Ten of Wands burden. You're on your spiritual throne. It could be that this was a test. It could have been that you were in a test, that you were being challenged. And the judgment is congratulations. Could be by the Emperor in the Limelight position. And there's a union here. Which in the reverse, hard work, routine, productivity, slow and steady, good investment, which in the reverse. So it's like there's some hard work. And I think that that's what this is, with the spying, with the research, with the body. Like what's in the body, who's in the body. There's a steady routine here, hard work. And I guess to what? Weed out the witches. who are getting away with trickery and fraud, pretending to be somebody they're not, the illusionists, martyr. Those witches who martyr people to gain their contracts. Looks like that's being looked at. And we got the Page of Wands here with the freedom. So there is a very serious look at who is it in that body? Is it the actual person that was meant to be in this body, or is it somebody that was martyred, or is it a witch that martyred somebody and took over the body? So it looks like that's really being looked at. So freedom and excitement. Ooh, on the outgoing energy. Here and now. Page of Wands, inspiration, discovery. Something's being discovered. Something's exciting. Something exciting is happening. Yeah, here we go. Some copal. My charcoal finally got ready. This is such nice stuff. Love it. Promise. So there's a promise. There's a new deal. Somebody's been working. The labor. There's a promise. Labor. Puppet master. Yes or no. And love and time. It's time for love. It's time for love. So the promise. And this, there's a promise to guide. This to me looks like guiding. A work of guiding. To me, this is a leading. This is like, it's kind of like, you know, a father raising their children. It's like, okay, this is what we're going to do now. It's kind of like this leading, casting the scene, the show, the atmosphere, whatever that is, creating a story. A labor of love, a labor of love. And this to me is like a promise to guide or raise children, to raise them up, to guide them. And it's a labor of love. That to me says like children, you know, when you get the children, you're going to raise them up. You're going to have little mini me's running around. And so it's a labor of love. And it's time. It's time for, it's a promise. And this yeah, it's leading to cast a new show. Use it within a labor of love. It's time for that. The lovers are coming together. It's time for a new play, a replay, a new play, a new scene. When it comes to leading. So there's judgment here. Judgment's happening. There's a congratulations. Chaser. There's no chaser. Nobody's chasing. Nobody's chasing. Hospitality. There's no chaser. Nobody's chasing you. There's a challenge here. Providing financially through an inheritance and addiction. So it could be that there was a mother that was providing financially. Somebody who was addicted, somebody who is addicted. Sharing the wealth, an inheritance, an addiction. Whatever the inheritance was feeding an addiction. Understanding in the reverse. There's a lack of understanding. Emperor's in the limelight, a father figure, protection, control, stable structures, rules, regulations, gossip. Somebody's afraid of what other people are thinking, or there is a lot of gossip about this emperor in the limelight. People are gossiping. Recent past, you got the 10 of Cups here, and home, and we've got unappreciated. Unappreciated, there's this spying, there's this information gathering about the body, about bodies. There's unappreciation and information gathering regarding a body or who's in a body. This witch in the reverse, we've got fraudulent, in regret. Somebody's in regret. The magician is manifesting a position of privilege, or is in a position of privilege, creating something new, very confident. And there's people who are in disagreement, or maybe there's somebody with privilege who's in a disagreement. We'll have to gain more clarity here. This is the end, a completion of a 10 of Wands burden. There's a spiritual throne here. Reunion. A reunion. There's a completion of the 10 of Wands burden, spiritual throne, and reunion. We will always come back to each other. And in the environment, we've got hard work, routine, slow and steady, flips the witch. So there's no witches. You're removing the witches from soul contracts. There's no witches in these soul contracts. Hopes and fears, we've got trickery, fraud, and martyr. So that's what they're doing. They're looking at in the bodies. I don't know what they're looking for, but it seems to me that there's something going on in the body. In a previous escapade throughout the astral and stuff, few experiences that I had, there seems to be like this black, really dark energy that has penetrated some of these bodies, like a walk-in or whatever. And it's like the original inhabitant is like like pushed into the feet or the lower legs or whatever, and then they like take over the body and the mind, the mental, and all of that, and they kind of operate the body, while the original inhabitant that is aligned with these chakra systems is like pushed down. So I don't know if that's what's being looked at, like what's in the body. Because there can be memory implants and all of that, but is it in alignment with the whatever is in the body? Somebody's in regret. And that's the thing too in the Bible or whatever. I've read it a few times, but I'm not religious. But it does talk about at this time, I'm guessing it's at this time, you got to keep your light on, right? As your lamp on. And I never understood it before, but now I understand it. It's like you got to have your energy up, your light up, your happiness level, your frequency, your vibration, right? That's what that is. It's the inner lamp of the soul. And so that's the light. And I think that's what's being looked at right now. This emperor who's in this position, in this limelight position. And the Ten of Cups union and home. So yeah, they're researching, they're looking, spying, information gathering, because they're not going to have, and with this hard work, slow and steady work, there won't be any soul contracts of these Ten of Cups unions given to witches. The witches who have been body snatching people, body snatching destinies, and all of that. It looks like that's what's happening here. And the hope or the fear is that there's a Seven of Swords, a martyring of those who are fraudulently, it appears to me, in a body. They're in the wrong body. It's not their body. They're in it. They're trying to steal somebody's destiny. Reciprocity. Yeah. So whoever was getting away with this trickery of inhabiting a body that wasn't theirs, trying to steal somebody's destiny, it looks like they're going to get martyred, and they're going to get what they gave. Whatever they did to the person whose body they took, there is going to happen to them. We've got the Page of Wands, so there is excitement and freedom here and now. Limitless potential. There's a holding back. Somebody's being held back. Somebody feels they should have expressed themselves better. We've got responsibilities. Somebody's being held back from these unions. They're being held back from these unions. These witches, these body snatchers, they're being held back from these unions. And they're confused because they're being separated. They're being detached. So there's unfinished business. It could be that they're being detached. They're being detached. Trickery, fraud, martyred, getting what they gave, hard work and routine, slow and steady, flips the witch. They're not getting these soul contracts. What was this? This was unfinished business, detachment, and chemistry. Somebody's very passionate about this, and it's too late for anybody to take any action. They lied. The dishonesty is going away. You've got a new chapter here. It's a new chapter. They're unsatisfied. They miss their opportunity for an inseparable, loving union. And they're left with neglect and then pain from the damage they've caused. They don't know what to do. Because they were having a lot of fun hurting you, and this was an unexpected outcome. And now they want to mend their connection with an irreplaceable person who the way you love can never be matched. And they're hoping for a commitment and a soul tie, but they're unworthy. They're wanting to escape. And now they're running. They're running from their destiny, which isn't yours. So there's the judgment is out here. It looks like you're being congratulated. Somebody can't chase you anymore. There's no more chasing after you. The judgment is there's a new phase. It could be a redemption, a forgiveness, a reckoning, and a congratulations here. Yeah, they can't chase you anymore. The Emperor is here in the limelight position. People are talking about it. Flighty. They can't chase you anymore. They're having anxiety. They don't know what's going on here. You've been congratulated. Somebody's challenged, and I think that whoever's this having anxiety, they're challenged. Somebody's got addictions and they didn't have any understanding. It looks to me like somebody inherited something from their mother, and they had a whole bunch of addictions and no understanding. And they partied all the time. Dark side. They're full of anxiety. They can't chase you anymore. They've got addictions. They didn't have any understanding. They don't have any understanding. They're worried about what people are going to say. They were playing in the dark side. The Emperor is here in the limelight. People are gossiping. About whoever this person is. They came into some abundance and they got addicted to something. They had no understanding. There is a Ten of Cups union here, a blissful union in the home. It's domestic happiness. And then somebody didn't appreciate you and they're tired. They're feeling tired. There could be some research going on about a body or whoever's in a body, what's in the body. There's negotiations and contracts. And it's like there's an evaluation or some research or spying into what's in the body, who's in the body. Is it their body? Somebody's in regret. They wish it had never happened. They're tired. They have no energy. Escape. They're looking for an escape. Yeah, whoever's in that body, whoever's in this body right here, it's not their body. They could be in a status of privilege. They could be in a status of privilege. And they're in disagreement. They're wanting to escape. They've been caught. It's like body snatchers or something. Reaching, they can't reach you. They're in disagreement. They can't connect to you. The Magician, manifestation, willpower, stopping somebody in their tracks. And this is a completion of this cycle. You're on your spiritual throne in reunion. You're not alone. No longer alone. It could be that this magician is the person. Could be this emperor. So the emperor is here in the limelight. People are gossiping about what's going on with this dark side, this flighty, addicted person who came into an inheritance or whatever. I don't know, they had an inheritance. It's like this magician is in this state of privilege in the limelight, and people are disagreeing. They wish you understood how they felt. They can't reach you. They can't contact you. They can't mess with you anymore. The hard work and slow and steady routine is paying off. There's no witches in this soul contract. No witches allowed in these environmental in this soul contract. Fierce. You're very fierce. You're acting aggressive. You're protecting yourself. This emperor is like, getting with it. Those who were being tricky regarding these bodies, they could have martyred somebody and took over the body or whatever, but they're it looks like there's gonna be a martyring, a reciprocity. What they did to others is going to be done to them. Ruins. Everything's in ruins. Everything's falling away. Everything they had is falling away. There's freedom from this here and now, and they're being held back from the contracts. Those who don't belong in whatever body, they hijacked a body trying to steal somebody's destiny. They're being discovered. They're being found out, and they're not being allowed in these contracts. They don't get a contract. They're being discovered. They have to face it. They have to face it. I don't know how they're figuring it out, but apparently there's a way to figure out who is a body snatcher and who is the actual inhabitant of the body. So I don't know how they're going to do that. Oh yeah, and this is ending. They have to face it. This is ending. They put out many flames. They burned many flames. Body snatchers. Contract stealers. They're in big ass trouble. They were playing games. Now things are getting rocky. They're going under. They feel like they're drowning. They want forgiveness. Their needs aren't being met, or they won't be met. Everything's in pieces because they lost. And they've been found guilty. So, yeah, congratulations. There's forgiveness here. Where this judgment is, you're forgiven. This person, this addict here, whoever this addict is, has been chasing you around, and they can't chase you anymore. And they're having anxiety because they can't chase you anymore. You were challenged by this person who came into an inheritance. They had a queen. They have a Queen of Pentacles. Or maybe it's a Queen of Pentacles who was giving money, or they came into an inheritance. Their parent left them an inheritance, and they're an addict, and they had no understanding, or they have no understanding. They didn't care about what was happening here. They can't chase you anymore. There's a forgiveness. This Emperor has offered forgiveness. Congratulations. Really? It's like whatever you went through, you're redeemed. You've been redeemed. You've been redeemed. And this person that's been playing in the dark side against you can't chase you anymore. They can't chase you anymore. They're not your friend. They never were your friend. They can't chase you anymore. Man. Death. Whoever this is, it's like they had received an inheritance and they just partied all the time. They didn't have an understanding about anything, and there's death here. They're having anxiety because this is over. This is absolutely over. The Emperor is here. Protection, structure, stability, rules, and authority. He's in the limelight and people are gossiping. It could be that whoever this is, this addict who's having anxiety, they're going to be delivered to the dark side. They're going to the dark side. That's where they played, and that's where they're going. Grief in the reverse, it says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. We got grief. They don't have an understanding. They don't have an understanding. They're messed up in the head. They're probably high. They don't have an understanding. This is over. This is death. They don't have an understanding of what death is. They've been playing in the dark side. They don't have an understanding of what they've been doing. Dark side. Nobody's in grief about them going there. Judgment. Judgment. Ten of Cups. Blissful relationships. Home. Unappreciated. Somebody's emotionally exhausted. They didn't appreciate you. They didn't appreciate the family unit. They didn't appreciate the home. They just were addicted and partying all the time. That's an ending to that. That's going to be an ending to that. Okay, let's go put some more on that. Somebody just partied all the time. They didn't learn anything. They didn't learn anything. They were playing in the dark, just getting high, stealing bodies, martyring people for their stuff. Trust. So there's 10 of Cups unions here, blissful relationships, home. You can trust. There could be an inner voice. You could be connected. There is this one who didn't appreciate. They're emotionally exhausted. There's a researcher going on, or some spying. During these negotiations and these contracts, it's like whoever is coming forward with the contract or whoever's entering into contract, their body is being evaluated. Who's in the body? What's in the body? Somebody's in regret. They want to escape because it's being looked at very carefully. Whoever is, what source is in the body? What's in the body? It's a very high-tech. This soul business, I don't know how that works. Soul business, memories, inhabitants, body, walk-ins, all that. I don't know how all that works, but it looks like there's negotiations and contracts going on, and there is research and spying as to who's in the body. Somebody's in regret. They want to escape. They were using love as an emotional escape. It's like they martyred a bunch of people, and they're going to get martyred. Guilt. They want to escape. Guilt. their guilt. They're having guilt. They want to escape their guilt. They're in regret. They wish it had never happened. It could be the magician is here looking at people who are in positions of privilege, who are disagreeing with the way he is thinking, and they're not able to reach out. They're not able to reconnect. They're being disconnected. Denial in the reverse. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. There's no denying it. They can't deny it. We got denial here. They can't deny it. This is a completion of your 10 of Wands burden. There's a spiritual throne here. You're in reunion. You're not alone. In times of indecision, you use your intuition in all aspects of life. And self-esteem, you possess gifts of the soul that benefit you and others. So it could be that so you're in times of indecision. You connect to your intuition, and it could be that you are not alone here. It could be that you're being guided. You may not know exactly what's happening here, but you're being guided. You're not alone, and you possess gifts of the soul that benefit you and others. So yeah, you're not alone. If you don't know what's happening, you listen to your intuition, because you have those gifts of the soul that benefit you and others. So you're connected here. There is some hard work going on, a routine, slow and steady, making sure that these witches don't end up in a soul contract. There's fierce. This is a fierce situation. It's very fierce. They can't blame anybody. They can't blame anybody for whatever it is that they are trying to blame people for. They haven't been accepting responsibility for their own well-being. They've been putting it on others. They've been stealing other people's life paths and destinies. They haven't been accepting responsibility for their own well-being. They haven't earned that destiny. They haven't done the work for that destiny. And I suppose maybe that would be the way that they could tell who's in the body, what destiny this body holds for it, whatever destiny it has in store for it. You can look at the essence within the body and evaluate it and see if it has the, you have to go through a lot of trials and challenges and overcome them. And if this person isn't mentally equipped to deal with those kinds of challenges, I suppose maybe you can see that. You can spy in there and see. Is it just an envious person who wanted to appear as? Or is it somebody who actually has the inner fortitude and the inner resilience that was built from persevering through whatever was necessary in order to come into that destiny? Whatever energy is in the body, if it's not the original inhabitant, it's not going to look like that. The soul grows into its next chapter. And if somebody is just stagnating in this energy, they're just stagnating, hopping from body to body to body, you can tell that there's been no soul growth. At least that's my common sense saying that you would be able to tell. So there's trickery and fraud. They've been trying to get away with something. There's martyr. They've been martyring people. They're going to be martyred. They're going to get the reciprocity. Their life is in ruins. Everything is falling apart, and we've got unhappiness. So they're not happy about it. So you got excitement, freedom here and now. These ones are being held back from these responsible family units, and they have to face it. They have to face it. They didn't do it right. They didn't get it right. And there's a change. They have to face it. There's a change. We're moving to love. We're moving to love. Those who were courageous and in love. So I guess maybe that's another way you can look at it. Love, courage, and discipline belongs with specific destinies. And if whoever's in that body isn't of love and has sufficient courage and sufficient discipline to warrant whatever destiny they're supposed to be coming into, then obviously that's not it. They're in fear because I don't know. It requires mental balance. Maybe they don't have that because they're in this energy. They're addicts. They don't have any understanding. They just hopped into that body because the destiny looked great and they wanted it or whatever. Oh, I'm so glad for higher intelligence. I'm so glad for the dedication to the truth, and I'm so glad for the knowing and the wisdom of those actual leaders, who are fully aware of this process and how to discover these kinds of discrepancies, I suppose. Apology. So the judgment, there's a forgiveness. This is a new phase. It could be that you've been redeemed and congratulated. The chaser can't chase you anymore. They weren't your friend. They're having anxiety. They want to apologize. They're trying to apologize. They're challenged because it looks like the working parent, a supportive parent, provided financially an inheritance, and this person decided to just go drink and party and do whatever. They had no understanding of death. Maybe they had no understanding of death. Maybe they don't have an understanding of why this is ending. They're trying to reconnect. They got sucked into the dark side. And I think that's one of those things that addictions, they tried to push that off onto others, and it's the mental. It was such bad mental effery, the gaslighting where they did this witchery where they would push this persona off onto others. Plans. Can we please make plans to get together soon? There's death. They don't have an understanding that this is over. The Emperor is here regarding structure and stability, regarding the rules, regarding protections. They're in the limelight position. There's gossip. People are gossiping about the dark side. There's no grief here. Nobody's sad about it. They're talking about it. They're not sad about it. We got gift in the reverse. They didn't get the gift. They can't trick. There's no tricking. And there's no curiosity. There's no, this says, I am intrigued and want to learn more. So there's no curiosity. Everything that is needed to be known is known. And they can't trick. There's no tricking. And they're not getting the gift. They're not getting the gift because they were playing in the dark side for entertainment, hurting other people, having a great time doing it. They didn't appreciate union, actual families, and home life or any of that. They just wanted to party and fuck off and screw with people's lives. It was great fun. So they didn't appreciate that, and now they're tired. They're emotionally exhausted. They're very unfriendly. And interested. We have interested. It could be that you have this trust here, right? You're very interested in the inner voice. There could be an inner voice that is very interested in you. And those who didn't appreciate family life, they didn't care about it, they're emotionally exhausted right now, they're very unfriendly, they're very hostile. There's research going on into who's in that body. They're in regret, they're looking for an escape, they're guilty. They're being very hostile because they are not in their right body. They're trying to walk in somebody else's shoes and it's not their body. Laugh. It's no laughing matter. Nobody's laughing. Nobody's laughing. The magician is, it looks to me like the magician is evaluating those who are in positions of privilege. And who's in the body? Who's in the body? There's disagreements. He understood how they felt. They can't reach out for you. They can't connect with you anymore, and they can't deny what's going on here. They can't deny it. Whatever he's finding out here, they can't deny it. It's irrefutable. This is a completion of the Ten of Wands burden, the extra responsibilities that you've been holding. You're on your spiritual throne. You are reunited. You possess gifts of the soul that benefit you and others. You use your intuition at times of indecision. You're not alone. And that is the inner voice. The inner voice and the intuition. So you're being guided. There is slow and steady work being done to make sure that the witch doesn't get involved in these soul contracts. And it's very fierce. They were not accepting the blame or the responsibility for their own well-being. They were envious. They were undermining others' successes to elevate their own status. They weren't accepting responsibility for their own well-being. They were targeting others who were, and then they were unaliving them and stepping into their shoes. There's an obligation here. They have an obligation. Empathy. They were trying to get away with something tricky. It looks like they're going to get martyred. This is reciprocal. They're going to get what they gave. Everything is falling apart for them. They're not happy. They're asked, they want empathy. They want somebody to care about what's going on. And you've got your freedom from this here and now. They're being held back from the familial units, from these family responsibilities. They have to face it. There's a change. They can't take part in this. They're fraudulent. They don't care about family. And that's not even their body. This isn't their future. This isn't entertainment. This is very serious business. This change is very serious. This isn't just for the heck of it or for the thrill of it. There's dishonesty here. They sabotaged themselves. Those liars sabotaged themselves. And now they're desperate because you're in your job, you're in your career, you're on your spiritual throne, and they want to apologize. They apologize. Well, I hope that this clarifies something that you already intuitively knew. And I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.